So I thought about what teens really want in life. And here are some things like autonomy, independence, freedom, choice, voice, a lot of things that have to do with what they really want. But here's what they really need. They need executive function skills. So I decided to ask some people around what they are.
I'm actually not sure what executive function skills are.
Okay. For instance, like, what do you think are the skills that some of our students may need to be successful?
Oh, okay. So,
So, what kind of coffee would you like to drink right now? As hot coffee, the sweet, really? Yeah. After this long hours of EOGs, that's what you're thinking about, hot coffee. Hyper caffeinated. Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, let me ask you this question. What do you think executive function skills are for students?
The ability to think and organize them.
Excellent. Can you share with us what you do as an executive function coach?
Yes, I'm also an executive function coach privately outside of my school district obligations. And as an executive function coach, I work with students who have difficulties around time management, backwards planning, self-advocacy, organization of their materials. And it creates this sort of perfect storm where they oftentimes have very high aptitude, but their actual school performance is pretty compromised. And I act as a coach to help teach them those specific skills they need so they can be more independent and self-sufficient.
Now we know what executive function skills are. It's an explicit skill-based strategy that will bring more autonomy, self-sufficiency, freedom, choice, and voice for teens. So, can you share with us what was the most rewarding experience as an executive function coach?
It's really rewarding to give families a little bit of relief because oftentimes parents and their students get locked in this sort of repetitive conflict because the student wants to be independent and be able to kind of do things themselves, but they don't have the skills to do it yet. And the parents want them to be supported and successful, but they can't really, they're really not the best ones to do that because the student's trying to differentiate and be separate from them.
I see.
So to be able to step in and act kind of like a safety net and help so the student is learning the skills while the parent's backing up and giving space feels great because you can see the family relief. So not only am I helping a student get a better grade, I'm helping a family be happier because they're not locked into this repetitive cyclical conflict. So that feels great.
Awesome.
I think one of the most frustrating things is when a student is really trying hard to make changes, and they are, and then parents can't see them and can't see the growth they've made because the scores haven't moved yet. And I'm trying to get the parent to sort of step back and let the student have autonomy, and the student's trusted me and done everything I've asked them to do, and then the parent won't back up and give them that space. And because the numbers haven't moved yet, and typically scores are the last thing to move, and it's hard to watch the frustration and the sort of the sadness that kids feel when they've done everything that's been asked of them and their scores haven't shifted. So being patient through that process and helping families know that it's a long, sort of a long process, but there's lots of intermittent and a lot of growth that happens before the numbers move, and that's really important and very valuable. That part's hard.